Sometimes it seems as if you don't get your value. You bang around and get sort of sidetracked, and disconnected is too strong a word, but you pinch off your connection to your source. So even though you are still contributing, you don't get the positive feedback. When you feel positive emotion, that means that you are tuned into this stream, this continuum that is us into you, back into us into you, back into us into you. And there's no short circuit when you feel positive emotion. It's all flowing. You're focused, and you're focused in a vibrational way that the vibration that is your source is flowing clearly with you. So the continuity between who we all are is intact, which translates into a really nice moment for you. It's a moment of clarity, because a feeling of split energy is not clarity, that's confusion. So when you figure out, and we'll be talking about it all day today, if you haven't figured it out, you will by the end of this day. When you figure out how to be in alignment with the source that is really you, and how to consistently stay in alignment with the source that is really you, so that you allow some momentum of that relationship to build. When your expectation morphs into expecting good things to come to you because you understand the goodness that is you, then it's like you've pushed the reset button and you're back to that knowing that you held when you made the decision to come into this physical body to begin with. You're back to that pure positive energy place where you're expecting the well-being that you deserve and that you are so worthy of. Except there's a difference when you push that reset button today. Because as you push it today, you've got all of this sorting and sifting under your belt. You've been sifting through the details of your life experience, and you've been identifying with precision the things that matter to you. So you have, because of this focus in this body, this personality that is you, you have crafted, and we mean that in just the word that crafted is. You have crafted a vibrational version of life experience to which you have full and complete manifestational rights. It's like you've created something that you will later inherit. And there's nothing between your having desired it and set it into motion and you receiving it and experiencing the full, delicious benefit of seeing it and hearing it and smelling it and tasting it and touching it. There's nothing between the dream that you dreamed and the reality that you're living other than your vibrational frequency, which you don't practice all that well. So maybe we're finding a way to say to you something that we've been saying to you for a long time. Sure, the manifestation is something that you care about, and it's coming, wanted or unwanted. The manifestation is coming from the path that you're on. But it really is being on the path that's the reason that you're here, you see. So if somebody said to you, there is no final destination, there is no final destination. If someone said to you, you're eternal, you're eternal. There's no final destination. You are eternal. But you have the choice of feeling good now on your way to never getting it done. Or you have the choice of feeling bad on your way to never getting it done. Which do you choose? And if you can take the destination out of it and just choose the path, the good feeling path or the not good feeling path, then everything gets simpler, because it's the fixation on the destination and the fact that the destination hasn't manifested yet that is the reason that you're on that path. That was so good. We're going to say it again. We're going to say it again in another way. Your fixation on the manifestation and your keen awareness of the fact that it hasn't manifested yet is the reason that you introduce the resistance into the equation, which is what puts you on that not good feeling path. Did you get that? So we've been saying to you for a while, take the money out of the equation. Take the end result out of the equation. And that's what this determination to get on the high-flying disc is. What are you doing today? I'm getting on the high-flying disc. Why? Because I like being on the high-flying disc. Well, but what does that mean? It means I feel really good on the high-flying disc. But where does it lead to? It doesn't matter because I'm on the high-flying disc. Well, why do you do it? Because it feels so good to be on the high-flying disc. But what does it get you? Feeling good on the high-flying disc. But where are you going with that? It doesn't matter because I'm on the high-flying disc. But why do you do it? Because it feels so good to be on the high-flying disc. But where is it leading? Doesn't matter. I'm on the high-flying disc. But where is it leading? To more good-feeling things. Like what? It doesn't matter because I'm on the high-flying disc. And we know that just seems ridiculous in this world where you have planned and set goals and been deliberate and gone to school and got grades and have all kinds of people that are analyzing everything that you do in relationship to everything that everybody else is doing. And we say, stop it. Stop comparing yourself to everything and compare yourself to only one thing, which is your relationship with your source, and your source is on the high-flying disc. So this is what we really want to say. Those of you who've been listening to us for a while are about to have a breakthrough. So just sort of focus in here and hear this. So we've been talking to you about the vortex that you've been launching, the vibrational reality. Have you been following that? You know what you don't want, you know what you do want, which causes you to launch a rocket, and it creates this vortex. And today we told you that you've been launching these thoughts and creating these vibrational vortices, these vibrational realities on both wanted and unwanted things. But the source within you, the source from which you came, and the source who has been expanding and evolving as a result of your exposure to life here, has been tuning and orchestrating and tending to this high-flying vortex, which is who you really are, all that you've become. So that the source within you is on that high-flying disc. You could not have asked a better question. How do I know when I'm on it? You come into alignment with who you really are. When you're on the fearful disc, you come into alignment with the fearful thoughts you thought. And you come into alignment with other people who have thought those same fearful thoughts. And you come into alignment with experiences that aren't fun when they come, that bring you fear when you think about them or when you experience them. When you're on the frustration disc, you rendezvous with others who are frustrated, and you rendezvous with bad traffic and incoherent others. You rendezvous with disorganized others. But you don't rendezvous with the source within you on the ornery disc. And you don't rendezvous with the source within you on the fearful disc. And you don't rendezvous with the source within you on the hopeful disc. You rendezvous with the source within you on the high-flying disc, you see. That's how you know. That's how you know. When you consistently rendezvous there and you begin thinking thoughts, you begin to feel energy moving through your body. Visceral energy you can actually feel. Esther is sitting, writing on her focus wheel with her magic pen and waving her pen around in the air, and it feels to her as if she has the power of the universe, and she does, at her back, and she does, flowing through her focus toward whatever it is that she is choosing. World events, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how big or small her object of attention is. She can feel that energy coursing through her body when she's on that high-flying disc. There's no mistaking when you're on the high-flying disc. Your elation goes higher and higher and higher and higher until you've got energy running through your body. Are any of you getting it now? Are any of you beginning to feel that rhythm, that energy moving through you? And when you are in that state of focused being, with that kind of energy coursing through you, and you are looking outward to anything that you care about, you are moving down that path toward it. That path is being widened and deeper. It is more logical that you and others will follow. You are creating a current that means that not just you will go down the path, but others who are also on their high-flying disc, we swept in that path with you. So that the thought that you think is just your thought is never just your thought. It's a collective thought. It's coming from a collective consciousness. It's coming from the high-flying disc. You see, there's no mistaking the difference between the high-flying disc and the less than high-flying disc. There's no mistaking it. And in 30 days, you will have taught that to yourself. Esther was at the beach the other day, and her little kids are trying to learn how to surf, and they're using boogie boards, and no one knows what they're doing. They just sort of splash around, and occasionally a wave gives them a good ride. And Esther didn't get in the ocean with them. She was just watching from a distance, and they were having fun, and so they had no conversation about how to go about it. And so since then, Esther's been eating lunch at the beach every day and watching the surfers. And so it occurred to her that the ocean is relentless. Are you aware of that? The waves are just coming and coming and coming and coming. It's a momentum. No one calls up and says, I'm here, start the waves. There is a momentum, a pretty predictable momentum. So it really, for the surfers, is about positioning themselves in the wave. So Esther notices that these teenagers that she is watching, they're new to the game too. They're just learning. They're trying to find their placement in the wave. So here comes a wave, and it just sort of washes over them and takes the board right out of their hands. And here comes another one, and it sort of washes over them. And here comes another one, and it just washes over them, and they get nothing from it. And after a little while, they're watching over their shoulder, and they're watching the wave coming. And as they're watching the wave coming, now they're on the board, and they begin paddling with the wave. They begin getting their momentum up to about what they have now calculated through trial and error of what the momentum of this wave is. And if they get their momentum timed precisely just ahead of that wave, then that wave just comes right up and carries them all the way to the shore. A nice, long, really fun ride. And so Esther, she's writing in her journal because she wants to guide the kids when they come back to Del Mar. I figured some things out about this. If you're not moving with the wave when it comes, it will knock you over. Or at least it will not give you a ride. But if you're up to speed with the wave, so you all have set the waves in motion. You set the wave in motion before you ever got here into this physical body. And as you've been sifting through the contrast of your life, you've been setting the wave in motion. You've got a relentless energy wave machine pushing you forward into the completion of anything that you want. But you've got to be up to speed with the wave. You've got to be ready for the wave. You've got to be ready for that wave. And so that's what that inspiration is. In other words, if you've been fussing and worrying, if you've been noticing that things aren't working out well, then you're not catching that wave. So the real question is, what wave are you catching? And the answer to that question is easy for you to answer. Did you catch the wave to prosperity? Is there more money than you have any sensible use for flowing through your experience? Then that's the wave you caught. You practiced it, and you got up to speed with it, and you were ready for it, and you were ready when it came, and you rode it. Yes? Or did you catch the wave of not enough money? Because that wave's coming too. You're the one that set those waves in motion. And so you've got to determine what it is that you want. You've got to define what you want, but you've also got to practice your readiness to be in sync with that which you want. And there's just no better way. Esther watched, and she learned, and she wrote it down, and she will say it. But those kids are not going to learn it from her words. They're going to have to get out there in the waves, and they will find their relationship with those waves. They will, and you all do too. You get to determine if you've picked a wave that's leading you toward abundance or a wave that's leading you toward lack of it. You get to pick whether you've picked a wave that is leading you toward clarity or a wave that's leading you toward confusion. You get to pick the wave that's leading you toward progressive people that are really fun to co-create with, or troublesome people that are criticizing and critical of everything. You get to choose. You get to choose which wave in the stock market industry you ride. Are you riding with the high flyers, or are you riding with those who are bottoming out? You get to choose it all, you see. You get to choose. And you can just pick it out of the sky. You get to choose it. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. You are magnificent beings who are in this moment in alignment with who you are. And whether you are in any moment in time in alignment with who you are or not, there is no transgression that you have defined as a transgression that is egregious enough to ever cause that which is source to look with anything other than love and appreciation upon that which you are.